Kid Explains History! Hello, I'm Mr. Q and welcome back to Kid Explains History. You know what I like? Pirates! So today's episode is about them. The word pirate comes from the Latin word pirata, which means attacker or robber. Eventually, that came to mean people who did those things on the water. There has been pirates for as long as there has been boats. I mean, the first guy who had a boat was probably minding his own business, fishing or something, and another guy swam out to him with a club and took his boat. And his fish. Since then, there have been pirates all over the world, all throughout history. There are lots during the Roman times. Some even kidnapped Julius Caesar. Vikings could be considered pirates. And there are lots of them in China too. There are even still pirates today. Somali pirates have been known to take people hostage. Somalia is a country in Africa. Then they demand money to give them back. Not exactly something people want to make movies about. Well, except for this one. But that's not the point. These movies are way more fun. And why? Because they deal with something that we know as the Golden Age of Pirates. This was roughly between 1680 and 1730, and it's where the most popular myths of pirates come from. Made popular by books like Treasure Island, musicals like Pirates of Penzance, and a guy called Johnny Depp with help from his friend the Kraken. European countries were spending a lot of time traveling to the New World to set up their empires. And that meant carrying money back and forth. So the Caribbean became a popular place to attack ships. Now the interesting thing about Golden Age pirates was, even though they were outlaws, there was a lot to admire about the way they ran their ships. In fact, while those European powers were busy, taking people from Africa to be slaves, and taking land from people already living in the Americas, basically acting like bad guys, pirate crews were quite democratic. They would vote for their captain, and could vote him out if he wasn't doing a good job. They had a form of health insurance to help their fellow pirates if they got hurt in battle, and they shared whatever treasure they took. But of course there was a bad side. At times they were more interested in stealing food so they wouldn't starve. The battles at sea were vicious and lots of people died. Not to mention the fact that everybody wanted to hang you if you were captured. Some of the more famous pirates of this period were Calico Jack Rackham, Bartholomew Roberts, even women like Mary Read and Anne Bonny. But as far as I'm concerned, the most piratey pirate of them all was a man called Blackbeard. This guy had style. His real name was Edward Teach, and he was a big tall man who enjoyed his reputation, carrying 6 pistols and specially designed holsters around his chest. And he put slow burning fuses in his beard to scare people when he fought them. That would work. This is what his flag looked like. It's a variation on the classic Jolly Roger. It was smart for pirates to use flags like this because ships were usually so scared when they saw it, they'd give up without fighting. Blackbeard was finally killed in a sword fight with British soldiers in 1718. He refused to surrender, throwing himself into the battle right till the end. England had had enough of losing money to the pirates, and they spent more time hunting them down. The British Royal Navy built a lot more ships, and they passed the Piracy Act in 1698, which made it easier to arrest and punish them. The most famous buccaneers were killed or captured and chased out of pirate towns, like Port Royal and Tortuga. The Golden Age of Pirates faded into history. I hope you enjoyed that episode about pirates. As always, I hope you share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye!